The relationship is not as strong as it once was. And as I've observed Meghan over time, I think sometimes she becomes overbearing to people, especially to those who she thinks she can get something from, private jets, a house, or whatever. And because the negative attention follows her so often,
you'll see there were huge names up on that stage: Kerry Washington, Oprah Winfrey, but Meghan, who had gladly stolen the spotlight from Tyler on the red carpet, was not given that role. Very shocking and very embarrassing for Meghan, given she is on the committee of this event, but wasn't on stage with Tyler Perry. Yet Oprah was, Kerry Washington was.
First, Tyler Perry hands Meghan a literal palace. Then Oprah gifts her a global microphone watched by millions. But now, total silence. Both of them have gone dead quiet. Something is seriously off in Meghan Markle's sparkly Hollywood fairy tale. And trust us, it's juicier than any royal scandal.
But I found it really interesting to watch sort of her interaction with Tyler Perry on the red carpet, because he seemed...
When Harry and Meghan walked away from royal duties, they weren't just leaving titles behind, they were broke. Not by everyday standards, but royally broke. Homeless, scrambling through media madness with no plan B. Out of nowhere, enter Tyler Perry, a man they had never even met in person. He didn't just offer help, he offered sanctuary. He handed them the keys to his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion, full security detail, total privacy, and without asking for anything in return. This wasn't just a favor, this was a rescue.
Super engaged with her, super excited to interact with her. Once they had taken their pictures, he was like, I want to go over here. And I think they were just moving to take additional pictures at a different angle.
In a town like Hollywood, this kind of generosity, it's basically mythical. It screams, I've got your back. But fast forward to when Meghan and Harry scored their juicy multi-million-dollar Netflix and Spotify deals, crickets. Not a whisper of thanks to Perry, no post, no mention, not even a casual name drop in any of their dozens of interviews.
Well, the Times of London article where he is asked about,
oh, Meghan had time to revive old videos, plug odd lifestyle brands, tease her next move, but somehow not a second for the man who literally gave her shelter. That's not just tacky. That's calculated. And let's be real. In the circles Meghan wants to rule, that kind of shade gets noticed.
It's a very kind of biting response to the Times journalist. And I think he was probably not, it was probably an interaction that he should have done a bit better.
Now let's talk about the 2025 BET Awards. Everyone expected glam and drama, but when Tyler Perry took the stage to accept his Lifetime Achievement Award, boom, he delivered a line that hit like a bomb. You can't build a palace on unpaid bills. Gasps. You could hear the entire room stop breathing. That line? That was a velvet-wrapped grenade.
But associating with Harry and Meghan tends to bring negative attention, negative impacts on you.
He didn't say Meghan's name, but everyone knew who he meant. The whispers started immediately. People close to Perry started saying he felt used. He opened his life to Harry and Meghan, gave them protection, respect, loyalty, and got nothing back. No thank you, no loyalty, no repayment, not even a nod.
And whether or not you're attached to that, once you're with them, that
rumors swirled that Perry even covered things beyond the house. Flights, logistics, maybe even staff. And he never saw a single dime back. But here's the thing. It wasn't about the money. It was about the betrayal. In Tyler's world, loyalty is gold. And once you burn through it, you're done. Finished. Cut off. Let's rewind to 2021. Remember Oprah's headline-breaking interview with Meghan and Harry? Explosive, intimate, scorching. It reshaped Meghan's public image overnight. From royal rebel to brave truth-teller, Oprah gave her that power, that story, that platform.
The two of them tends to follow you. And it seemed to me as well that Tyler Perry did not understand that the Times of London was not a tabloid. It's actually a very respectable publication.
Look at this Sunday Times article, actually, that you talk about, Brittany. So this is how... the Daily Mail, of course, wrote it up. Meghan Markle's billionaire friend Tyler Perry said it was incredibly, incredibly awkward. Asked about how he helped prepare the Duke and Duchess for their move to America, Perry shot back at the...
But flash forward to today, Oprah's gone completely cold. Her company, Harpo Productions, not a single word about Meghan in over a year. No tags, no comments, no candid photos, nothing. In Hollywood, that's not ghosting. That's a total blackout. And from Oprah, that silence speaks louder than anything she could say.
I seem to think that it was more akin to something like the Daily Mail, which it obviously is not. But I don't think some instances, it might have been a security team. He lent them his jet. And so he's lent them a lot of things. And you got to wonder sometimes if they start to ask for too much. And he's like, that's probably really wanting her on stage, because her being there, all the attention goes.
Oprah doesn't wait around for a full-blown disaster. She sees the smoke and she walks. Quietly, deliberately. And her retreat from Meghan, that's not random, that's strategic. In the world of power optics and legacy control, Oprah pulling away says it all. Meghan Markle isn't just a risk, she's a liability. Remember Meghan and Harry's 2018 wedding, sold as the fairy tale of the century? But behind the veil and custom gowns, strategy, that guest list, a masterclass in PR chess. Oprah, the Clooneys, Serena, were they all Meghan's close confidants? Please, they were hand-picked influencers, strategic pieces on her chessboard. She was making power moves in real time, collecting names, faces, headlines. And for a while, it worked. Meghan's networking game was elite, but soon the shine faded. Those relationships, they weren't built to last, they were built for leverage. Oprah gave her the stage, Tyler gave her a roof, Serena added glitter. But what did they get? Meghan's royal glow, except that glow is flickering. And these big names, they're realizing they were side characters in Meghan's script. Now, the script is falling apart. And then there's Archewell, Meghan and Harry's much-hyped nonprofit, supposed to stand for change, equality, impact. But instead, it's drawing red flags. The finances are messy, the progress questionable. Watchdogs are circling. Reports say the numbers don't add up. Consulting fees that look padded, projects that were announced with fanfare, and then quietly ghosted, staff leaving faster than they're hired. One insider even said it straight, this isn't a charity, it's a brand in disguise. Ouch, and it just looks bad. When you claim to stand for mental health and transparency, but your own organization can't keep receipts clean, people notice. The lack of results, obvious. The foggy money trail, alarming. It's not just the charity that's under question. It's Meghan herself. All packaging, no product. And you know Hollywood. It doesn't send memos. It just moves on, quietly, ruthlessly. Meghan used to be the hot new voice. Now, she's being left off invite lists. No Met Gala, no Vogue, no cameos, no buzz. Studios aren't even entertaining her ideas anymore. One exec bluntly said, she doesn't sell. Even her old supporters whispering doubts. The big question now, has Meghan's story run dry? Is the public done with her curated victim narrative? The answer is looking like a yes. Inside Tyler Perry's circle, the vibe has changed. I'm done, he reportedly said. Done with Meghan, done with the drama. But what's wild is that even in backing off, he still gave the tabloids a headline to spin. Whether he meant to or not, it fed the fire. And in Hollywood, that's all it takes. The truth. Meghan's name doesn't carry the weight it once did. It's not venom that's tanked her brand, it's silence. Deafening silence from the very people who once lifted her up. Oprah, silent. Perry, distant. Serena, gone. Meghan's being ghosted by Hollywood royalty. And why? Because this town runs on momentum, on sparkle, on buzz. And Meghan, she's running on fumes. Behind the scenes, it's even messier. Her inner circle, the staff, the PR, the advisors, they're panicking. Once they were building an empire. Now, they're just trying to keep the lights on. Sources describe the mood as chaotic, defensive, confused. PR plans change daily, and none of them stick. Meghan's trying to claw her way back. A podcast teaser here, a vague brand teaser there. But nothing's landing. Why? Because no one even knows what she is anymore. Is she an activist? A businesswoman? A lifestyle icon? The brand is a blur, and in the public's eye, so is her identity. The bigger issue? Meghan's constant storm of negative press is starting to stain everyone around her. One Hollywood publicist straight up walked off a major project saying, her image is tired. That's lethal. Because here's the reality. When Meghan's in the picture, the drama isn't far behind. And industry folks, they don't want that smoke. Worse still, her obsession with micromanaging her image is clashing with her own PR experts. She's not just ignoring advice, she's overriding it. And in Tinseltown, that's suicide. Because in this game, indecision kills brands. And Meghan is playing both sides. Too controlled to be relatable, too erratic to be trusted. Tyler Perry isn't just some celebrity on Meghan's contact list. He's a mogul, a billionaire, a self-made king who built his legacy from nothing. His code, loyalty, gratitude, authenticity. So when he opened his home, it wasn't just shelter, it was sacred. An act of deep trust, a seat at his table. And what did he get? Nothing. No shout out, no love, no gratitude, just silence. According to insiders, Perry's not mad about money. He's hurt. He feels used. He expected respect. Real human connection. Instead, what he saw was Meghan's all too familiar pattern, self-preservation above all else. Let's be real. People aren't blind. They see it. The ones who matter most in this industry are stepping back because Harry and Meghan, they're seen as a storm cloud hovering over everything they touch. People don't want to risk their own brand being dragged down by association. Even Oprah, who once bet her entire platform on Meghan, has pulled away. That 2021 interview, it gave Meghan power, fame, validation. But Oprah doesn't just bet on emotion, she bets on legacy. And when she smells trouble, she doesn't wait. She moves. These days, her silence says it all. Harpo hasn't posted a thing about Meghan. No interviews, no retweets, no comments, not even a like. That's not forgetfulness. That's a conscious decision. And trust, Oprah doesn't make those lightly. Why the retreat? Because Oprah protects her empire. She's built her brand on hard truths, on authenticity, on integrity. And when even the scent of scandal floats her way, she snuffs it out. Fast, clean, and quiet. Meghan needed Oprah, not the other way around. Oprah gave her credibility when the world was split. But now, that silence is a message. It's Oprah saying, I'm out. With Oprah and Perry both distancing themselves, Meghan isn't just losing friends, she's losing the plot. And the scariest part? If she doesn't change the narrative soon, the audience might stop listening altogether.